Hi, everyone. My guest today is Judy Foster, and you probably have heard of her because she is well known around the world. She's an astute business leader, an entrepreneur, and a visionary, and founded both Women's Wisdom and Shared Vision Business networking companies in 1991. She's connected tens of thousands of business owners, helping them build lasting relationships, grow healthy businesses, and create millions of dollars of revenue sharing. In addition, she's a certified life coach with advanced credentials. She's been featured in several books and is a recipient of the Women Changing the World Award from the Women's Leadership Institute. She's been nominated for the Woman of Influence Awards and San Diego Magazine Woman of the Year Award, and was recognized by the State of California Assembly and the Senate, and was one of the winners of the Women Who Mean Business Award. Welcome, Judy. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. Very
Well,
nice and sunny here in California.
Yeah, I'm going to be out there at the end of the month. I never seem to be able to time myself when you have your meetings going on, but eventually I will get back to them. It's interesting, Judy. I mean, I've known you because I used to be a sponsor for you, and also was a part of your groups that met every single month there. And I'm just curious, first of all, how do you keep all the balls balanced? Let's talk about that first. I know you're very, very spiritual. You're very much into making sure that your life is balanced, but how do you keep all those balls rolling?
Oh, good question. That's a very important question for women that are in business. For me, the most important thing is just being very organized. Luckily, that's one of my better qualities, is being very organized and having systems in place. That's systems is what Ken's really helped me with a lot and teaches that. But I'm very organized, and I have systems for all my different projects. And another thing that I feel that's very important for women is to have a team. I have several. For Women's Wisdom, I have my dream team. And having women that have our back, women to mastermind with, women that support us in what we do. So I surround myself with women that are out there making a difference and support me in what I do also. So we're all supporting each other. Ken taught me that lesson because when I started Women's Wisdom, I did everything alone. I was the MC and the greeter and the registrar and doing everything. And he said, "Why don't you have a volunteer team?" And I said, "You mean ask people to help me for free?"
Isn't that a typical woman's response, Judy, though?
Yes,
What
I
help?
couldn't believe it. So he said, "Well, let me tell you how Tony Robbins does this. Everyone helps him for free." And so he helped me get my first volunteer started. And what I discovered was that people really wanted to help. They wanted to show up, and they wanted to have something to do and feel good about contributing, to this wonderful network. So it was a really great experience for me. And now I have like 24 women that help me with my monthly event because it's so huge now. It's like 80 to 100 women show up every single month. And I have about 24 women on my dream team that are volunteering and helping me and taking leadership roles. It's very exciting to see how that one little idea just changed my business in such a great way and helpful. And it's a win-win for everyone.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Ken is her husband, and he's a very well-known person as well, has written many, many books and has started many, many businesses, and is also a wonderful life and business coach. But Judy, and I was part, by the way, of one of Judy's mastermind groups way back when, and she does believe in surrounding herself with women. And the thing that I am very happy that you're saying, Judy, because I think we need to talk more about this, and that is women helping women. Is a real long-held belief, especially in corporate America, that women do not like to work for other women and don't like them as bosses and don't feel that they make as good a boss as men do. And I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on that, because you definitely do surround yourself with women.
Yes, I remember hearing a quote about being a leader, and it's really about helping other people and having them feel as an equal, not feeling that you're, you have a higher position than them, but really we're all equals and we're all supporting each other. And I love to do a lot of acknowledging and honoring of other women, looking for each other's gifts and helping each other grow in how we already shine in the world. And I really let go of the competition. We have a logo with Share Vision Network, if you remember, where our theme was about collaboration, not competition. So I'm always sharing and looking for collaborations with other women. So we create together as a team in our mastermind at Women's Wisdom. It's a very dynamic group of women. They're all amazing authors, speakers, trainers, successful business owners in all different careers. And we're always looking for the collaboration, and that's what creates successful women's organization.
Well, I'm hoping that the women that you continue to work with, both through your events and also in any other sessions, mastermind sessions and so forth that you conduct, that they're getting that message, because it's a very important that women do support women. And I know that many men think, oh, wow, all these women's organizations are so exclusive and they're wanting to get into men's organizations. But that doesn't say that a man can't join. I mean, a man, if he wants to be a part of it, can certainly be a part of it for a lot of organizations that are female oriented. But what would you say is one of the biggest lessons that you've learned in conducting all the things that you've done? Because you have also, you run a lot of different events. You're involved with a lot of different things. So what have you found to be the biggest aha that you've learned, especially for some of the speakers that you have come and visit?
Oh gosh, that's a big question. Mostly for me, it's being, as I mentioned, being organized, not doing things alone anymore, really having a team around me, and just being very open and acknowledging to everyone I meet. I go to events thinking, not how am I going to make money, who's my new business partner, but I go to events looking with an open mind of who's the next friend I'm going to meet, who is the next person that's going to be drawn to creating a collaboration with ease and grace. So I have different questions around my business, always having questions and being open to who I'm going to meet when I'm networking, when I'm at my own events, and practicing the law of attraction, not being afraid of rejection, knowing that the right people will be drawn to me, the right business partners will be just automatically drawn to each other. I do a lot of preparation before my events also, within myself, changing my state, using EFT, different techniques that help empower me to show up in being the best I can be for others.
That's such a different philosophy than so many people, Judy. I mean, when people go to networking events, it's really interesting. They go to make contacts. They go to see who they can get business from. They also go to see if there might be somebody who could refer them to somebody else. And you go saying, wow, who am I going to meet? Who's going to become a new friend? How can I make this relationship a benefit, for both of us? And it's a very different philosophy. And maybe that's the reason that you've been so successful at doing this. I'm not sure that everybody could do that. I'm not sure that everybody's philosophy would be like that. Have you seen, since your events have grown to this group of 80 or 100? Because I remember when I used to go, it was somewhere between 30 to 50. Have you seen a difference in the kind of person who's coming to these luncheons?
Yes, yes, it's really amazing right now. That's what brings me so much joy in continuing with what I do. The women that come are of such high caliber, and they're women that are of service and making a difference. It's not just about being successful financially, but how can we make a difference in the community? And that was what I was going to share about your first question. Is I'm also showing up in service. When I go to an event where I don't know anyone, I act like it's my event, and I just be a greeter. I greet people that I've never met before. Looking at people that are alone and don't know anyone, or just introducing people to other people and just being of service. And because other people are there not knowing anyone and feeling shy or intimidated maybe. So just being of service to other women. And men do come. We legally can't say no to men. My husband can every month to support me, and other spouses come to support their wives in their business because we support them in their business. And it's really nice to see that energy of couples and how they're supporting each other in our organization also.
Yeah, that's true. I have to say that my personality is one that I kind of like to be a greeter too. I mean, I like to say hello to everybody, and I always make it my mission if I am at something, usually something where I've been before and I know somebody, I will take somebody new and I will introduce them around to other people because then it makes it easy for them to then start doing it on their own. But it is true that if you put that out there and if you go with a warm, here I am, I'd like to meet you, and I'd like to know more about you as a person kind of thing, people respond to that. So I think that that's maybe a key to your success. But you also have started a couple of different organizations, and this Women's Wisdom is the one that you're really focused and working on now. And how many people are a part of this group at this point?
Oh, well, when I first started Women's Wisdom, I started it in my home and in my Montessori school at the time because I was a Montessori teacher. And the very first meeting I ever had on 11/11/11, no, 91, 11/11/91 was my very first event. And 17 women showed up. And then the next week, it was like almost 40. And it was 40 women meeting every single week. And then men wanted to know what was going on with the women because they saw them
Of course,
excelling,
right.
and changing and growing and becoming more successful. And then they wanted to come. So I helped a group of men start their own mastermind group. And then we had co-ed groups. I moved into a center where we had 3 different groups going at the same time. We had the 40 women, we had a men's group, and then we had a co-ed group, and we'd like mastermind for about an hour, and then we'd all get together and then study the laws of success by Napoleon Hill. So that was in my early beginnings in 91, 92, 93. And then it turned into the network luncheon. And that's where Shared Vision came in. So I started Women's Wisdom first in 91. And then with the men wanting to really be a part of it, I then called it Shared Vision Network and had a monthly luncheon for people to network around their business. And that grew to 60,000 members around the United States. And we opened chapters in different cities in the United States. So that really took off and grew. And as you know, we moved around and we were in Hawaii. And when I came back, I decided to focus on women's wisdom again. And that just took off. It was just amazing when I came back to San Diego. And we have 80 to 100 women that meet every month. And my social media is huge, just huge. It's like Facebook, Women's Wisdom is almost 7,000. LinkedIn is over 8,000. Twitter is over 5,000. So I've learned to really grow my social media, and it's changed my business completely. It really grew and exploded from social media.
Well, aren't you having an anniversary this month?
Yes, 11/11. So we meet the second Friday of every month in San Diego. So next Friday is November 10th, where we'll have a big celebration for the 25 years of women's wisdom. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, that really is an accomplishment. I really wanted to come, but unfortunately, I'm coming to San Diego for Thanksgiving, so I'm coming at the end of the month. But I have to tell you that my son is really trying to get me to be a Californian, because my granddaughter just her husband just got a job up in Monterey, so they're living in Carmel. My daughter just retired, so she's going to be moving out there. My son already lives in Palm Springs, so they're really trying to get me to go to California on a full-time basis. So we'll see what happens. So
Well, that would be nice.
that would be nice. So tell me what plans you have in the future for not only women's wisdom, but for Judy.
Oh, for me. Okay. So that's hard to that's hard to separate, because just my whole life revolves around women's wisdom, because it's growing and there's so many aspects of it just besides the monthly network working. But for me, I love to share in my mastermind about extreme self-care, and that is what brings the balance in my life for me, because I'm seeing over 100 women every month, not only with the monthly networking group that meets the second Friday of every month. It's huge, but I have weekly masterminds. I have a monthly high tea. I do many, half-day retreats on self-care. I started hosting the Global Sisterhood Gatherings, which is a monthly event. So there's lots of events all month long. It's not just one event now, one monthly event. There's several. So I'm having events almost every week now. So balance is very important for me. Extreme self-care. So I'm doing that for myself. Taking my mini retreats for myself, and also including friends. I love to have my mini retreats, which are really, really special. So we're going to do one in the middle of November to celebrate the 26-year anniversary. We're going to have a retreat the following week here in San Diego. It'll be a one-day retreat. So I wake up dreaming about events for women.
It's interesting because let's see, I got involved with women's wisdom probably in the early 2000s, somewhere in there I was involved. And it was very interesting because I have to say I never had met such an enthusiastic group of women at an event in my life. I mean, it was very welcoming, very, very sharing, that kind of thing. And then I became a part of Judy's mastermind group. And that was very interesting because it was not large. It was maybe 9 people, 6 people, 10 people at various times. And again, everybody there was trying to help each other, which I thought was very interesting. And that's what masterminds are supposed to be. But I have found lately, Judy, so I'd be interested to know if you've changed this at all. Masterminds that I have participated in lately have been humongous. They say it's a mastermind group, but when you get there, there's like 50 people, or sometimes more than that, because they sell it to you as a mastermind. But when you get there, boy, it's a mastermind. And what you do is you break down into various tables and you help each other at the tables. But to me, that's not a true mastermind group. So have you changed how you run your groups?
Well, the mastermind group that I have has always been a very traditional mastermind. And the word is used so differently now and in so many different ways, just like coaching. Everyone says they're a coach now. And really, there's certified coaches, and then there's people that want to be coaches, and people that do network marketing call themselves coaching. And mastermind is being used in so many different ways now. So I always share a mastermind introduction about the history of mastermind, the authenticity and traditions of mastermind groups, and that's where mine is. When I started my mastermind group, it was based on Napoleon Hill's laws of success. He actually TM mastermind. So people really need to be careful when they use the word mastermind. It's TM by NapoleonHill.org, which a lot of people don't know. And I remember Mark Victor Hansen giving a lecture at an event, and he mentioned mastermind, and I was really drawn to it. And then some friends started a mastermind group, and I called my friend because I knew she was going, and she was telling me about it. And I tried to get in the group, and they said, no, you can't. It's already started, and now it's closed. So knowing me, okay, I'm going to start my own. And I searched out all the information I could find on Mastermind. I remember contacting Mark Victor Hansen, and he gifted me his Mastermind video, which was fabulous. I had that, and then I went to another woman's Mastermind group where she used the Unity Mastermind journal. So I gathered all these things and shared it with my group at the time. When we very first started, the January of '92, we had a meeting with I showed Mark Victor Hansen's video, I had the Mastermind journals, and I had found the original Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill, which is a really thick, large book. The version most people know about is Think and Grow Rich, but the original is the Laws of Success, and it's really, really thick book. 40 women ordered that book, and we met every week and masterminded together using the Laws of Success. And when I started Women's Wisdom and my mastermind circles, I was really wanting to be with women that didn't want to complain, gossip, be victims. I was really looking for women that really wanted to be present where they were in their life and look at our blessings, strengths, and what was working and how we can move forward and create the success we wanted for our personal lives and our business. This was before I even knew about the word coaching. And that's what motivated me to start Women's Wisdom and then start the women's circles with the Mastermind.
Wow.
So
well,
I originally started. So
well, you know, I mean, I really wish that that's what it would end up to be when people talk about, you know, running a mastermind. Hopefully, they will keep it small and put the right people together, which is important. Well, so far you have been listening to Judy Foster, and she is the founder of Women's Wisdom, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary this month, and as you know, what I do with my guests on this show is we have part 1 and part 2. So Judy will be back with us in part 2 in just a minute. But I just want you to really pay attention to what she has to say, because Judy is a very bright woman who has not lost the human touch. And that's what it takes to be successful with all these women streaming around you, because, you know, it's like herding cats, I'm sure. It's not easy to get everybody, everybody involved in this. So hang tight. We'll be back with Judy in just a minute, and we'll get to hear the rest of what she has to say. You've had the opportunity to get to know me over the last few years, and I'd like to get to know you as well. One of the things I'm offering is training for the media. I have a wonderful program that will get you ready for any radio or TV interview you might be offered. Many of you are doing wonderful things, but no one knows about them. Others of you are successful and wonder, what's next? Whether you're in a business or have a special cause or a specific event you're promoting, media can help, and I can help you master your message so you can master the media. If this sounds interesting to you, email me at GayleCarson13@gmail.com with media training in the subject line. I promise I will be in touch.